Are you looking for a color so elegant, dark, moody and masculine? Well, if you're drawn towards the darker and warmer grey paint colors, let me introduce you to this handsome boy, Sherwin Williams Dovetail. Hi everyone, this is Nishtha from Nish Online Interior Design, Paint Color Consultation and Home Decor Content Writing. Today we'll be discussing one of the most beautiful, dark, warm grey paint colors that will make an excellent choice for any contemporary, transitional, modern farmhouse, Scandinavian and French country interior design styles. Sherwin Williams Dovetail. Sherwin Williams Dovetail is a bold and enchanting dark warm grey paint color that can make a beautiful statement in any home. It's definitely a color that brings the ultimate wow factor and a touch of sophistication, elegance and richness. You would generally hear more about lighter greyish colors, let's say city loft, drift of mist, accessible beige, repose grey, but we never talk about the darker warm grey paint colors and how they can equally make a bold and dramatic statement in any space. Well, I absolutely love the entire vibe and touch of Sherwin Williams Dovetail. It's a timeless color, it's versatile and can easily complement most of the interior design styles out there. Even if you prefer a monochromatic color palette for your home, Sherwin Williams Dovetail is definitely something that you must have an eye on. I know that I've been bragging a lot about this paint color and not telling you what it exactly is. So without any further delay, let's get started with what this paint color has to offer to your space and how you can best complement this paint color with other complementary shades. Let's get started. What color is Sherwin Williams Dovetail? Well, Sherwin Williams Dovetail is a medium to dark toned warm grey paint color that is a much contemporary version of a traditional grey or a traditional beige. It has a perfect blend of warmth as well as coolness to it, but definitely is a much medium to darker tone paint color. The reason why I would call it masculine, number one, it has a bold touch to it, and number two, it's dramatic and has a deep taupe undertone. This paint color is neither brown nor very charcoal grey. It's not even very cool grey or very warm grey, but definitely somewhere on the medium end of the scale. It has a perfect tinge of brown to it, whereas the deep charcoal grey undertone makes this color a wholesome experience. Now let's face it, every paint color has an undertone. Like we've discussed in the previous videos, every paint color is associated with a certain undertone which may be very dominant or very subtle. Well, in this case, Sherwin Williams Dovetail has a very teeny tiny touch of green to it, but it can be dominant in certain lighting conditions or if you pair it with certain paint colors or wooden textures. This brown grey color can look exactly what it perceives if you throw ample natural light in the room and you choose other neutral paint colors to go with this paint. So if you use this paint color in a room which has excessive square footage and excessive natural light, this color wouldn't disappoint. However, if you have a large window facing a large front lawn or a back lawn, you can expect a little touch of green to it. So you have to be slightly careful around that. Now let's see if Sherwin Williams Dovetail is a warm or cool grey paint color. Well, in my books, Sherwin Williams Dovetail is definitely a very warm greyish paint color. So let's say if you compare it with another cool toned color like let's say Sherwin Williams Tin Lizzy, you would see that this color is nowhere closer to cool. Well, now that you see that this paint color is a total warm and earthy brown grey paint color. Like I always say, every paint color has two important aspects, the undertones and the LRV. So now that we've talked about the undertones of Sherwin Williams Dovetail, let's get started with what the LRV is. And the LRV stands for light reflectance value that determines how light or dark a paint color is. Well, in this situation, Sherwin Williams Dovetail has an LRV of 26. And this means that the color definitely falls on the medium to medium darker end of the scale. So now that you know that the color is definitely on the medium darker end of the scale, how careful you have to be around pairing this color with other colors and where you can best use this paint color. Homeowners often wonder how to use Sherwin Williams Dovetail in their home. So I'm going to recommend you a couple of ideas here. Sherwin Williams Dovetail can make a great accent. Not a neutral, not a base, but a great accent paint color. And since it's quite a dark paint color, you can best make use of this paint color as a bold accent in any corner of your home and further pair it with creamier grays and creamier off-whites for the best results. You must also note that this color needs to be used in a room that has sufficient natural light entering in. In a room with very little or minimum natural light, this paint color can tend to look quite dull and dingy, and it may not showcase the true beauty of its undertones, and that is why I recommend that you use this paint color as an accent in a room with sufficient natural light. And if you're using this paint color on all the walls, just allow ample natural light to enter all day long. Here's a well curated pre-made color palette that I have created for Sherwin Williams Dovetail on Etsy as well as my website. It enlists all the exact paint colors that pair with Dovetail color, including how and where to use this paint color in your whole house color palette. I have included 6 color palettes that pair with Sherwin Williams Dovetail and complementary hues, along with how to use each of those paint colors in various areas of your home. I have also included the material and fabric palette along with sheen guide and paint planner. So now that we've discussed about how to use this paint color in your home, let's get started with where to best use Sherwin Williams Dovetail in your home. Sherwin Williams Dovetail paint can be used in your kitchen cabinets, your laundry cabinets, the bathroom vanity, the fireplace surround, which has warm tone natural stone in it, the built-in shelves of your home office or living room, the front door or entryway door, interiors as well as exteriors, and bedroom accent wall. Now here comes another important aspect of my color reviews. Well, looking for other similar alternative colors that can give you the same vibe as Sherwin Williams Dovetail. Here, my first recommendation would be Azure. Well, Sherwin Williams Azure is slightly lighter than Sherwin Williams Dovetail. It has an LRV of 32. So if Sherwin Williams Dovetail is slightly darker and bolder for your space and you're looking for something much more lighter and on the crisper end of the scale, Sherwin Williams Azure is definitely something to have an eye on. It's probably 1 or 2 tones lighter than Dovetail, number 1. Number 2, Sherwin Williams Dovetail feels quite earthy and warm, whereas Azure definitely falls on slightly on the cooler end of the scale. On the other hand, my second recommendation would be Sherwin Williams Gauntlet Grey. Sherwin Williams Gauntlet Grey is slightly darker than Sherwin Williams Dovetail. Dovetail's LRV is 26, whereas Gauntlet Grey sits somewhere around 17. So it's definitely 2 or 3 tones darker than Dovetail. So if you're looking for a couple of tones darker as compared to Sherwin Williams Dovetail and a paint color that doesn't feel as warm and earthy as Sherwin Williams Dovetail, then Gauntlet Grey is your answer. Another popular question amongst homeowners is, what are the best trim paint colors to go with Sherwin Williams Dovetail? Well, my number 1 to-go choice would be Sherwin Williams Pure White. Sherwin Williams Pure White is a soft and creamy white paint color that can make your Dovetail walls look absolutely flabbergasting. Pure White is my go-to recommendation for your ceiling, the trims, the crown molding, the door, as well as the window frames. And since Dovetail is quite a warm toned color, pure white would be definitely a great choice if you're looking for a much neutral look. On the other hand, my second recommendation for the trims, moldings and ceilings would be Sherwin Williams Alabaster. It's a very warm toned color. It doesn't have yellow in it, but it definitely is much more creamier and warmer as compared to Sherwin Williams Pure White. Sherwin Williams Alabaster can equally make a very contrasting appeal with Sherwin Williams Dovetail. I would highly recommend to use this paint color on your ceilings, the trims, the moldings, the frames and the baseboards. So if you have tons and tons of yellow in your home, or you have a traditional grey or traditional beige, then Sherwin Williams Alabaster is definitely to go paint color here. And lastly, another aspect of paint colors that often get ignored is what should be the best window frame paint colors with Sherwin Williams Dovetail. Well, if you're going for a very transitional and laid back look, I would recommend that you choose Sherwin Williams Pure White itself for the window frames as well. But if you're looking for a very contradictory look and a much bolder look, you can either go for dovetail window frames or tricon black. This color will create a very striking contrast with dovetail and will make your space feel much more modern and contemporary. Another important aspect that I missed earlier, but I want to talk about it here, is whether Sherwin Williams Dovetail is a good exterior paint color. And I would say definitely a yes. Sherwin Williams Dovetail has immense depth and character to it. So even when you use it on all the exterior walls of your home, even with sufficient falling natural light, this color is going to not wash away its undertones, its depth, and will always make your home look characteristic and bold even from a distance. So if you're looking for a bold and dramatic exterior paint color for your house, Sherwin Williams Dovetail is definitely a great recommendation, especially for warmer tone color palettes. Whether you're fond of the dovetail cabinets or the dovetail entryway door, I would say that don't be afraid to use this bold brown grey paint color in your home. Especially for monochromatic homes and monochromatic color palettes, this color is definitely a yes for any corner of your home. I personally love the feel of this color because of the utmost timelessness and versatility it brings to a space. But in your end, I would always say that you analyze the existing paint colors, the existing architecture elements, the natural stone, your wooden floors before using this paint color. So if you're looking to use this paint color, do let me know your thoughts in the comments below, and I would love to see how dovetail comes up in your space. Do share the pictures with me. Lastly, do give a thumbs up and subscribe to my channel for weekly dose of paint color reviews, paint color guides and interior decoration advice. I'll see you all next Monday. Bye.